even if it's just for the sake of the...
Thank you, Lord of Dendro. It was a wise choice for us to place our trust in you and...
Hold on. I think I got something. Oh, I see. Okay, I understand. Thank you so much. So, they found a fungus that matches the description I gave them. It
must be in a similar situation as...
Okay, follow me. We're close now. It's just a little further.
But there are so many fungi here. They're probably all ordinary. Yeah, they won't be happy.
No fighting. These are all... Although we belong to different species, we've spent a long time. They can be reasonable, as long as...
What should we do? But you'll need Nahida's power.
I've got an idea. Can you...
You want to transform into a fungus?
Nahida is a god. Changing into a fungus should be...
Even gods can't bend the laws of times.
Then we'll have to enter with the risk of being noticed. We may not, but if spending some of my power will guarantee the safety of you and its...
Alright. You have great elemental power, so you may be able... You will have to use power equal to that. I will lend you the relevant knowledge that I have. It should make your...
Alright, I'm ready. Changing into a fungus should be quite...
Lord of Dendro, this is nothing to joke about.
As am I.
Alright! Let's not get hung up here. If it's...
Okay. Good.
Wow! You really turned into a fungus!
It's actually not too bad. The unconscious fungus is just below here.
Oh. How do we do that?
I'll get close to them while you make your... You should be able to identify them using elemental sight since they're elemental life forms. Then, all you have to do is repeat the correct answer in your mind.
Okay, got it.
Let me lure away the fungi up top and make...
Alright, good luck, Nahida. Let's go, travel.
There's a fungus on patrol in the center there. It looks pretty vigilant, so I'd better go around. Nana! It seems they didn't notice me. It seems that fungus won't be moving for the moment. This is the spot. There are several fungi here. I'll hide and wait for the traveler to catch... So this is the one. Understood.
Nahida? What's wrong?
I never knew that it was so tiring to change forms like that. I even used the techniques that it taught me. Seems like
The power of time accumulates slowly and goes unnoticed. A great price is to be paid. Thank you for everything you've done. All seems to have gone according to plan.
Who are you? I apologize. Language is not easy.
It's okay, I have good news.
Apocalypse ended?
Yes, unfortunately, I've forgotten where home is.
Really? That's good. Home.
Dendro Dragon. Ah, yes, the Dendro Dragon. I'm sorry, I just got so excited. I've probably never
Oh, wait a minute. Paimon's confused.
yes, they're both dragons, but Apep, the Dendro Dragon, has been around for longer and has accumulated dense elemental power. But I don't quite understand. What?
Because we live inside the
The Dendro Dragon. Inside. Very big. Mountains. Water. Trees. Us.
There is an entire world inside the Dendro Dragon's body. The Dendro Dragon, it once told us in a majestic voice that once we finally matured, however, that day never came.
Paimon's still confused.
Yes, a very good example. It appears that you're much smarter than Paimon. The
Wait. Then, if that's the case,
Yes, that is correct. What has suddenly made you look so worried, Lord of Dendro? I haven't...
Apep is the most adaptable life form in the world. The forbidden knowledge should have become a part of its body a long time ago, which means that if all the...
And a big void will also form inside the
I'm afraid so. Its body and soul... No wonder I haven't seen Apep for so long. But how did it get contaminated? But anyway, Apep disappeared and has been gone ever since that time. It's been... Yes! How could I... If the Dendro Dragon fails to hang on, the elemental power inside it will no longer be able to... Dendro elemental power of that concentration will cause the giant trees will completely block out the sun. Plants and humans will fight over oxygen. Sumeru will no longer be suitable for sustaining life.
Hey, what about the crystal? Why don't you show it to them?
Yes, I'm sorry. Have you two ever seen anything like this before?
No.
Its power feels very familiar. Like something from our... I'm sorry, our memories aren't...
It's okay. I'll contact my helpers just as I did before and see if they can locate your other... I'm counting on you all. Your info is crucial to us now. Let's wait for their reply again. Though I know waiting can feel
Thank you. Family bringing fruit.
I explained to them that you aren't hostile. After seeing you save it, it's
Go home. Leave. Hard decision. Don't know. They are weak. I worry. If waiting, then
Don't worry. I understand what you are trying to say. Family is very important to us. No matter when we were actually family. It has done a lot to protect this territory. Can you do one last thing for it while we wait?
Of course. I can relate. I need to organize my thoughts as...
thank you. That tend don't like plants.
There are two things that it wants you to do. One is to look after the land that the...
Soil. There.
to act.
Ah! Wildflowers! It wasn't kidding when it said plants were invading!
Shadow Raven!
Whew. That should be all of them.
Yeah, I've calmed down now. But it is.
Can you tell us about the Dendro Dragon? We don't...
Well, the history of Sumeru was a Pep's territory. In those days,
Oh, so there was no desert?
not at first. That came when a giant spike fell from the sky, turning a huge section of the rainforest into sand. In an attempt to adapt to its new environment, a Pep changed color from the emerald green of the forest.
No wonder those two elemental life forms are always talking about the importance of adapting.
A Pep has always seen itself as the master of Sumeru, and has refused to recognize the new order that was established. Even now, it probably still holds great hostility. However, powerless against the power in the sky, and then the forbidden knowledge many millennia later, it's been unable to stir up any trouble. Conflicts between the two sides are destined to continue until a balance can be found. As far as I know, a Pep had been slumbering in the desert, and King Deshret had... I'm not sure what may have led it to become involved, but rescuing it is definitely our top priority. The crystal that I have in my possession is probably...
Thank you, Lord of Dendro. You really like them, don't you? Family. Like. Do you not? That's not what Paimon meant. Does that matter? Family.
What it's trying to say is that as long as family, you place importance on appearances, but we do not. These are all things that are more reliable than mere external appearances.
Oh, Paimon gets it now. Looks can always change, so what's inside of us is... It wouldn't matter. Paimon would still...
Oh? Still nothing new from the forest. Seems like we won't be... It appears we are out of leads to follow. It's okay. It isn't your fault. I don't think... Maybe it's because the crystal has a very close connection to forbidden knowledge, which caught... And if that's the case, finding the...
The Crystal Lord of Dendro. Do you...
I do.
The prophecy is a story that connects events of the past and the future. A family member once said the rest of the family did not approve of its...
Preserving the apocalypse? Do you mean that there's still...
That's not very likely. Did the prophecy say where that family member...
To the limitless depths east of Sumeru. A murky...
Yeah, that must be the chasm, right?
It's impossible to preserve forbidden knowledge, but what if it can be converted? I'm sorry if I'm suddenly not making any sense. Follow me. I'll explain it.
So that elemental life form, came all the way here on its own and spent a long time by... Wouldn't it already have become the Withering like the...
There is a chance that it could avoid that end, using the power of I'm referring to what was used to fight against the Abyss. It has the ability to purify and stabilize powers that shouldn't exist in Teyvat. Forbidden knowledge that its light has shone upon is kept here forever in a different form. Yep, it's just like soap bubbles that rise to the water surface.
Another strange metaphor.
What the Lord of Dendro means is that the apocalypse was altered by the power of the giant spike and hidden within the oozing filth.
Yes, and it shouldn't be far from here. Let's go and take a look.
It's over there!
Looks like we'll have to clear out the oozing filth in this.
Yep, we know what to do. I'll just use the lumen stone on the oozing concretion.
I see everything.
Rain outlines your face.
Odds revealed.
One with nature.
Yeah. Oh, we finally managed.
It should be the life form from the prophet.
That light.
Wait. Something dark is coming out. Something's not right. What's going on? Didn't Nahida say it was...
Maybe it's because such a long... Although the power of the oozing filth is more stable than that of the apocalypse, it might have lost its mind after being soaked in it for such a...
Oh, no. But we still have...
I should be able to purge it with my elemental power. But this is our only chance.
Traveler.
It's okay. I trust your judgment. I was being a little hasty.
Oh, yeah. You said that the...
You want to use its power, but
The Lord of Dendro seems hesitant. I too would advise caution. It's risky to use its power without fully understanding.
Don't understand. This no good. That...
Yes, I understand. But this is our only chance to return home.
it's okay. There's no need to argue. I'll think of something to do about the elemental how about this? Traveler, you could try using it. I understand that you have an amazing resistance to forbidden knowledge.
Don't overdo it, Traveler. Paimon will be...
Lord of Dendro, and you others, how long have I been waiting here?
Yay! Looks like it...
Lord of Dendro, here in person. Does that mean the apocalypse has come to an end? Wait, did you get smaller again?
I'm sorry. That portion of my memory is highly unreliable at the moment. I can't seem to remember who you are.
That sounds about right. After all, the purpose of my existence is precisely for those unreliable memories you speak of. You once said that the apocalypse will be completely eradicated, and that relevant memories will become unstable. Even you couldn't promise that you'd remember our agreement after those events take place. However, you are definitely someone who stays true to your word. My sacrifice is nothing compared to your resolve.
You and I made the agreement?
Yes, you used your power to protect me. That is the reason why I was able to survive here. To be honest, I'm nearing my end. I had thought I'd be stronger than this.
No one can withstand the power of the apocalypse.
In order to preserve a somewhat stable memory, I had to change the power of the apocalypse into a different form. Only the giant spike that fell from the sky was capable of doing something like that. But the moment I chose to go through with it is the moment I lost my chance of being rescued by the Lord of Dendro. But enough about me. Lord of Dendro, let's get to the important matter at hand.
I understand, and I'm sorry. Can you please tell me what this is?
This is a fire seed. It's an essential item for saving the Dendro dragon. Thankfully, it appears to be in good condition. The Lord of Dendro and our people created this item together. It mimics how the Dendro dragon's heart of Oasis operates. The Dendro dragon has been tormented by the apocalypse for far too long. It too is nearing the end of its power. However, if you are able to reactivate its heart of Oasis using the fire seed, and as a result, our homeland will return to the way it once was.
Oh, so the heart of Oasis is a pep source of power.
No wonder the crystal was able to heal this fungus just now. That's what it's used for.
What? You used the fire seed to save me?
Why?
That's... never mind. It's not your fault. The fire seed contains a high concentration of elemental power inside of it. It's very powerful, yet fragile at the same time. It is not stable in its current form. To prevent any accidents, please don't use it again.
Since I am its creator, I will take responsibility for it. I assure you there's no...
All right. Aside from being able to heal the in other words, you will be able to find the but you should hurry. There is little time.
What about...
Forget about me. You should hurry.
Everyone is returning home.
As I told you, I've already lost Lord of Dendro. I thank you for coming to find me. And our past has been saved. And our future has been ensured. It's enough for me. Just knowing that they will return home.
Hey! Wait! It turned into... oozing filth.
Can you use the Lumen Stone once more? I can still feel its elemental power. Please, of all of us, it deserves...
This is a small ball of light that it left behind.
I can feel it. I can feel its knowledge and emotions. It has all returned to its original elemental form and is becoming one with the other family members. Do not be sad, my friends. Its wish has come true, and it's very happy right now.
Because its external form doesn't matter, right?
Yes, because our external form does not matter, and our home has been saved. There is nothing more important than being together with family.
Let's go!
Home. It's not much further. Follow me, we're close now. I wonder who this gift could be from. Commit it to memory.
By royal decree.
I can feel its power lingering and shifting around us. Sometimes it feels distant, and other times it seems close. This is its way of warning us. It has already noticed our presence.
Body and mind. Time to act.
We won't be able to see anything if we keep going that way. Look! Something's over there!
We found it. A pep, the Dendro Dragon.
Paimon knew it would be big, but not that big.
Puny god, puny human, leave my domain. Frail life forms like you cannot survive in the endless sands of the desert.
A pep, we're here to save you.
I do not need saving, especially not by you, Boor. You are no different from Amun. Both of you have only existed for a fraction of what you know as time. Yet you call yourselves lords of this land by leaning on the heavens' glow. You're better off paying attention to your path ahead, as you will fall where you've fallen before.
I know that you hate both gods and humans, but you've grown too weak now. Can't you let go of your hatred, even for only a moment?
Let go? For only a moment? Foolish Boor. You will find no gratefulness from me, even if you heal me. You will only be reviving the dragon that will destroy Sumeru and the Seven Nations.
No, you're ill, that's all.
That I am. Time will bring death to all. It's unavoidable. Although I am gravely ill, my mind remains clear. I am different from the ancient dragons that came to terms with you.
There's no need for this. There's no point in fighting. What we need is the truth.
The truth. The shackles that the God of Wisdom cannot escape from. I have paid dearly for the truth, and you shall do the same soon enough.
Hey, don't leave!
Careful, something's coming.
Ah! What is that? Paimon's never seen that before!
It's our family.
Huh? They're your family too? But they don't look anything like fungi.
External form not important.
Inner nature say.
The composition of their elemental power is identical to ours. In other words, they're residents of our homeland.
Is this what they've become after experiencing the apocalypse?
This is also a form of adaptation. although a most gruesome and pitiful one. Many of our family members never made it out of the Dendro Dragon. They've gradually taken this form in order to survive the apocalypse.
Is there any way to avoid fighting them?
Hey! Can you guys talk? We're here to rescue you!
They've given it their all just to survive.
They're being drawn by the fire seed. Only its power can tempt. All that remains are the instincts to survive and search for energy needed to do so. Everything else has been discarded in the process of adaptation.
So this is the result of forbidden knowledge.
Would our world become the same if forbidden knowledge was allowed to rampage across Teyvat? Like fish struggling on land, unable to find a single puddle of fresh water in the entire world.
Yes, but please try to be gentle with them. They are not
No, my sword!
The wind's moving.
Oz, reveal thyself! Paimon thinks they used up all their strength. They want to go home.
Yes, it was never their intention to leave the Dendro Dragon.
Is there a way to make them revert to their years of torment is what turned them into their current state? It seems only the fire seed, or a Pep's, but it'll be risky if we use the fire seed again.
Correct. We cannot use the
Everyone goes home.
Let me think for a second. It's fine. Let's use the power of the fire seed. I can't bear leaving them in the desert like... Don't worry, the decision is on me. I'll take responsibility for whatever happens. It won't require much elemental power. I'm just worried that it'll become unstable. But as long as I use my elemental power to stabilize it a little, it shouldn't be a problem.
Thank you. Sorry. Stubborn.
Thank you, Lord of Dendro.
Returning home is the most important thing to you. I've come to understand that during our travel. I'm not doing this just to protect you, but also because I hope to use you and your... After all, that giant Dendro
I will stand with you, Lord of Dendro.
Yes.
Thank you. All right, here it goes.
Family. We will all be able to go home soon.
Whoa. It's shining now.
Endless amounts of knowledge and emotions are moving inside of me. They're all very excited. To imagine such growth could be achieved in such a short period of time.
It's because you're carrying everyone's hopes and dreams.
Yes, finally.
This is the last part. Let's go.
By royal decree.
Into the wind.
I summon the...
Huh? Let me lead you.
Yeah.
time to act. I hope we find long-lost ancient literature.
Care for a dance?
Odds reveal.
The wind knows me.
Falls.
This might hurt a little.
Into the wind.
Cry out my illustrious name.
Rain outlines your fate.
The wind knows me. Follow the wind. One with nature.
My royal
Into the wind.
This cave is huge. Could this be where the Dendro Yeah. Who knows what's inside that cave?
Our goal is not only to find the dragon, but to also enter the world inside of it. That will be impossible if we can't get it to cooperate with us.
But how are we gonna do that? It doesn't...
I'll see what I can do. Pep, I know we don't see eye to eye, and that we have a very However, we are both born of elemental power, and both suffered the torment of forbidden knowledge. We are not that different. And right now, we share a common enemy. We should not let our differences get in the way.
Wonder if the Dendro Dragon's even willing to listen.
I don't care about what you believe in, who you hate, or what you've done in the name of hatred. Nor do I expect you to be grateful. I'm here to save both you and your people. My people. They've been searching for a way to save you ever since they left their homeland. They yearn for a chance to return home. And now that everything is over, all the hatred that you harbor has lost its meaning. Rather than continuing to fight, you should consider the life you've produced.
No response.
Your eagerness to survive means that you haven't given up on that world yet. If you claim to know so much more than I, then why don't you truly think about why you want to survive? And why you're so vengeful?
Paimon is getting sent in!
Please keep everyone safe. And send us to the homeland.
Nahida, where are we? Huh? And what about the traveler? Where'd she go?
I was only able to ensure that we made it here safely. It's possible.
Well, then let's...
Yep, let's go. I would...
Paimon knows that! Let's hurry. She might be just up ahead. What's that?
That should be the heart of Oasis. All we need to do is light it with the fire seed, and the damage it suffered internally will also slowly begin to heal.
Then let's hurry and light it! We still need to...
Alright, hang on.
Wait! The fire seed!
It shattered. It was even more unstable than I expected.
Why? We barely used it!
I'm not sure. Perhaps the fire seed was only capable of But if I didn't use its power on everyone, there's no way of knowing where you could have been sucked into. And even if that's the case, there's no...
Unless what?
Unless I was already in a weakened state when I created this fire seed. Which would be when we at first saved the town.
Oh no. Wait, let's put that aside. If the fire seed has shattered, wouldn't that mean we came all this way for... Oh... Do you know...
Don't worry, Paimon. This is my responsibility. Although my elemental power is slightly different than that of elemental life forms, so all I have to do is imitate that power, while adding some of my...
You're gonna become...
Yes. It'll take a lot of power from me, but it still won't... I might, however...
What happens if you...
I'll become a blade of grass, or a twig. Basically, I'll return to how I was first born. I will be able to unleash power beyond my limits if I can reverse the process.
But you'll lose everything. You'll not only lose...
That's all right. None of that matters compared to the danger.
No, wait! There has to be another way. Besides...
Maybe you and the Traveler can plant me in the soil of Sumeru. I can still communicate with the world through the forest. It's just that you won't be able to see me for...
You can't be serious. If the Traveler were here, if we knew this was how you were going to take responsibility...
I'm sorry, Paimon, but we're out of Not all eagles who have fallen to the ground can soar in the sky once again. But if no risks are taken, then the eagle will be
No. The fire seed shattered, and Nahida's...
I know. A sacrifice must be made, but not by the Lord of Dendro. We've all grown on this long journey. If the purpose of that growth was to return home, then our wishes have come true. Would you lend us your power?
You knew it would come to this. All the knowledge, language, and emotions that you have learned will be reverted into pure elemental energy. In your new homeland, nothing of who you were will remain. You won't be remembered by anyone. Is that truly the return you've always dreamed of?
Lord of Dendro, don't be sad. This is not your home. We go home. Lord of Dendro should also go home.
Hear us, please. Feel our heartfelt desires. Awaken!
To imagine such growth being achieved in such a short period of time.
It's because you're carrying everyone's hopes and
wicked.
Grow! Make yourselves at home! Gentle hands!
Fallen leaves, adorn my
Let me weave you a verse.
Thank you for protecting me with your elemental power. Goodbye. We may never meet again. I will wait forever, no matter how long it takes. This is the agreement we made.
clouds high. The birds come.
Grow! The Temple of Wisdom!
Rain outlines your fate.
I summon!
Rain cutter.
Midnight fantastic.
No, my soul.
No rest for the
Let me weave you a verse.
fallen leaves. Adorn my
I learned a wonderful word. It's more, which means light. It will be your name. Sounds like
one with nature.
Rain outlines your fate. Rain cutter.
Stay focused into the wind.
Hey! Can you hear Paimon? Say something! You fungi said that your form didn't matter, right? And let us know that you're alright.
Their knowledge, memories, and emotions have been reverted to elemental power and released. They are no longer able to respond to you. The guardians that have accompanied me for countless eras have also transformed into my elemental power, just as they did. They will be born once again now that they're one. There's nothing to be sad about.
That's different! They won't ever be the same. Paimon, we will never understand it, and it will never understand us. That's how it's destined to be. But as long as you can be healthy again, then nothing else matters to me, Apep. Samara will be free from threat as long as your health is maintained.
I thought that my rage would be kindled once my power returned to me. However, what I feel now is a feeling that has long eluded me. The feeling of peace.
The forbidden knowledge influenced you ever since you were contaminated, greatly amplifying your hatred and rage.
Yes, there's no denying that. Although my hatred for that usurper from beyond the heavens still stirs deep within me, destroying you and your people serves me no purpose. Be that as it may, my position still stands, and I will have nothing to do with you. When you inevitably perish due to your ever-expanding curiosity, I will still sneer and mock you in my heart.
Yeesh, who can put up with you?
I respect your decision, and with time, I will prove to you that we will not repeat our mistakes. Before you begin resting, there is one last thing I would like to know. How did you become affected by forbidden knowledge?
It's a long story. We all once believed in the distant past that only forbidden knowledge could give us enough power to defeat the heavenly principles. The Dragon King acquired the power of darkness from outside of this world, and led us in a fight against the order established by the outsiders.
Dragon King?
An unimaginable war took place into that, causing destruction on an unprecedented scale. The world itself was on the verge of collapse. In war, the victor would inherit the right to shape the world, while the losers must turn into ash. But I didn't give up on searching for a way to turn the tides, even after the death of the Dragon King. As I attempted to collect more forbidden knowledge from the corners of the world, as it was on the verge of collapse, I was stopped by the giant spike that fell from the sky. Sand dunes arose where there was only forest, and it was as if even Sumeru itself was trying to tell me that the era of the dragons was over.
But you still didn't give up, did you? Because of Amun al-Ahmar.
Yes. Al-Ahmar eventually obtained this power with the help of Nabu Malikata. His ambitions continued to grow, and he planned to establish a powerful kingdom in my domain. Although I didn't think much of him, I allowed his actions under one condition. The condition was that after his death, all the knowledge he came to accumulate would belong to me. At that time, I still harbored deep regrets. By the time the Dragon King finally returned, the world had irrevocably changed. Some of the dragons have grown close to your kind, and have forgotten all about our hatred from when the world was taken from us. And some died, leaving behind nothing but their bones, while others chose to flee after experiencing pain and agony. But for me, the scales and will of the Dragon King still shine bright in my heart, even to this day. I will follow it until the end of my time.
You really are insane.
When Al-Ahmar's proud kingdom collapsed, I swallowed him whole as I agreed and absorbed his elemental power. However, what I gained was no benefit. No. I gained the apocalypse. I used up all my strength just trying to keep the pain under control. I had no energy to analyze the knowledge he had accumulated. But even then, I still believed that his insanity was far greater than that of my own.
So that's how the apocalypse started.
I admit that I fell for his trap. I was like a final failsafe in his plan. Tiny Booer, and the rest of you, continue forward. I shall keep a watchful eye. How far will a life so dear and precious to the heavenly principles be able to go? I wonder.
like we've been sent back out. Still in one piece, too.
The dragon will need to rest for a very long time before it is fully healthy again. It's not as ruthless as it was before. Curing the dragon of its own...
Nobody's in a good mood when they're feeling... Even though we accomplished something really important, Paimon still doesn't feel happy for some reason.
Indeed. Although they'll still have the chance to be born again, each opportunity for growth is unique. Perhaps the immense power we released was the pouring out of all these irreplaceable emotions.
Can you really call a place with no family your
Family. Right! The hydrofungus left behind its family. Those two fungi might be waiting for it to return.
Oh, yeah. Let's hurry and go take a look. They're still here!
We're back. I'm sorry. I really am. Don't be sad. It did it to it said that Newer is its most important family member. That's your name, isn't it? This is wonderful. They will definitely meet again. Someday.